evening and welcome to another episode of The Week in 30 Minutes. The English News Department has prepared a variety of reports highlighting the main events that have recently taken place throughout Kuwait. Our committed team of correspondents kept busy on the streets of Kuwait searching for stories that are currently at the forefront of the news.
Today's episode includes a report on World Humanitarian Day, which was held under the slogan of "The world needs more humanitarian heroes." The UN House in Mishrif commemorated the event in the attendance of diplomats and senior delegates. Today's program also includes a cultural and entertaining event brought to you from the Avenues Mall, where a number of international entertainers delivered mesmerizing shows through sheer entertainment and genius to delight the shoppers. More reports are coming your way, so let's begin.
From the Sahara Golf Club, this is Sarah Club.
From the Radisson Blue, I'm Gemma Jaburi.
From Al-Sahel Club, this is Salim Kandiri.
From the Scientific Center, this is Hiba Abdulrahman.
I'm Badriya Saleh, reporting for The Week in 30 Minutes.
Our first report today comes from correspondent Ghanwa Jabouri, who had the privilege of attending an event that is at the core of the humanitarian arena. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Efforts celebrated World Humanitarian Day at the UN headquarters located in Mishrif. World Humanitarian Day is an annual event that is commemorated on August 19th.
Yeah, the event was held under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Matouk al-Matouk, the UN Secretary General for Humanitarian Envoy, and he was also present at the event and addressed the audience on the significance of humanitarian work. The event further honored the humanitarian heroes for their achievements during 2014. And of course, the event did not pass by without making special reference and expressing sincere gratitude to His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, who's considered to be a humanitarian leader and will be honored in the following days for his humanitarian initiatives.
World Humanitarian Day falls on 19 August, the day in 2003 when 22 aid workers were killed in a bombing at the UN headquarters in Baghdad. It's a day to commemorate all people who have lost their lives in humanitarian service and to celebrate the spirit that inspires humanitarian work around the world.
It's my pleasure to welcome you all at the UN House on the occasion of celebrating the UN Humanitarian Day, the International Humanitarian Day 2014. Many of you are familiar that actually the day falls on 19th of August every year, but the celebrations goes on throughout the years. The acknowledgements goes on throughout the year. The advocacy continues throughout the year.
The Red Cross and the Red Crescent are the oldest humanitarian organization. We are 150 years old, and we have been working all this time in all theaters of conflict and violence around the world. But the situation is getting every day more difficult, more complicated. Our colleagues are exposed to difficulties, danger, threats. We see deliberate attacks against humanitarian workers. They are taking in the crossfire, some are taking hostages. So it's really a huge challenge that we have to face because the victims are there and they need our support. And we are trying to coordinate the best we can with the United Nations and its humanitarian agencies, with NGOs, Islamic charities, etc., all together to try to help the victims of conflicts and violence.
According to the UN, thousands of people across the globe are doing incredible work. Unfortunately, some of them pay the ultimate price.
It's a day for all of us to acknowledge, to celebrate, to recognize all those people who are working in very difficult situation. The world is in a very difficult situation. We have a number of crises, humanitarian, man-made and natural. And the humanitarian workers are in the forefront of responding and assisting. So we are here to celebrate those heroes, We are celebrate all those leadership, like His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, for his wonderful contribution, leading all the efforts at the global level to provide the right kind of assistance, support and resources which are required for these humanitarian workers. So we are all gathered here to celebrate, to acknowledge, but more importantly to continue our efforts, And we're so glad that the Kuwaiti government, the people and the Emir are leading that way. And we are also grateful to Dr. Abdullah Matouk, the Special Envoy of Secretary General of Humanitarian Affairs, who has joined us. And this event has been organized under his patronage. So we're looking forward to continue our efforts.
This year's motto for World Humanitarian Day: the world needs more humanitarian heroes, and indeed, past and present global events are proving day after day how people around the world are indeed humanitarian heroes who have the compassion and strong will to help the less fortunate people and war victims to find hope and comfort through collective humanitarian work.
Risking their lives in the face of danger and diseases, working effortlessly to provide a better living standards for all others who need help, who need their support during crisis. And I would like to speak on behalf of all who are gathered here, to all the fellow humanitarians in the field who are working in very difficult situations and under the special leadership of His Highness, the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah Ahmad Al-Jaber Al-Sabah. And I think it's very befitting that today we are here to celebrate the International Humanitarian Day, but we also know that we are extremely lucky, fortunate, that we're very close to 9th of September, when His Highness will be celebrated, will be acknowledged, will be awarded in behalf of the entire global community in New York.
World Humanitarian Day, celebrating the spirit that inspires humanitarian efforts around the globe. From the UN headquarters located in Mishrif, I'm Gena Jaburi reporting to you for the week in 30 minutes.
Our next report takes us to the ever lively and vibrant Avenues Mall, where I had the opportunity to get an up-close look at some of the world's most popular entertainers. The second Avenues Carnival returned this year as busy as ever, with performers from around the world assembled to share their unique talents and tricks with the mall's vast audience.
Discover the Avenues Carnival features talents, musicians, artists, and entertainers gathered as a one last summer fun activity before the school year kicks off into full swing. So let's see what Badria was there to see.
The Second Avenues Carnival is gathering quite the crowd as shoppers gape in awe of the entertainers' magic tricks or laugh to tears at the comedic strips. From the U.S. to Morocco, Italy to Australia, performers are here from around the world, eager to share their talents for a smile and a few hearty laughs.
My show is usually an interactive comedy show where I play a lot with people walking by, and it's also a show that contains some juggling routines.
My show is a comedy, juggling and magic show. I basically like to make people laugh, smile, give them some really good circus skills, and at the very end, for a little bit of danger, I involve a whip and I crack a club off a volunteer's head.
Organized by the Avenues Mall, the carnival can be seen throughout, from Phase 1 to Prestige, as the artists journey through the property with their props. They're easy to spot, too, with costumes that tend to stand out among Kuwait's regular shoppers' apparel. This year's carnival includes various forms of entertainment, magic shows, musical performances, and living statues, just name a few.
The most challenging part is the cultural differences. So in the Western cultures, I have a little bit more leeway to have fun, and I'm a little bit wary of insulting local custom, so I have to be very aware of that. The great thing is that I've been received beautifully. The people are very, very welcoming, and they're very warm and accepting, so it's been really good on both halves.
The carnival stands as a sort of ode to the end of summer, one last hurrah before the holiday ends, collaborated and prepared for the amusement of anyone paying attention or with a hearty sense of humor. The Avenues Carnival runs from the 14th of August until the 30th, and it's not hard to find. All you have to do is look for the crowds of people, the laughter, and the music. At Avenues Mall, I'm Badria El Saleh, reporting for The Week in 30 Minutes. The Indian Badminton Association recently held its ranking tournament at Saud Al-Auzi School in Salwa. The tournament attracted a number of players who joined their peers in a variety of sports activities.
There were 4 categories competing during the exciting tournament, and they included the professional level, the women's category, men's category, and the senior category. Ghanwa Jabouri was there and has the following report.
The Indian Badminton Association is a non-profit organisation which, although is relatively young, is nonetheless making waves with its strong presence and niche. It is one of the largest and best organised badminton clubs in Kuwait and is looking forward with nothing less than zeal and excitement to get back into full action after the long summer break.
Actually, I'm a friend of IBAC community. I'm the one who's helped them from the beginning since 5 years, and they were a small group. Nowadays, mashallah, we can see them. Probably they more than 200 members, which is we accomplished something together.
Masters Cup is a ranking tournament which happens once in a year. Okay, and this one was supposed to happen in the month of October. We have preponed it to the month of August. So it's a ranking tournament. It's not a starting of the season. The season actually starts from January.
The spirit of team members were absolutely bursting with energy as all players, observers and guests were packed with excitement and could hardly wait until the games are placed in full motion.
We have been doing the Masters Cup for the 4th time this year, and we have had more than 6 countries taking part in this tournament this year as well. We are growing and we are doing very well.
We will be seeing a lot more from enthusiast badminton players as the year is expected to get busy, as it is constantly attracting more and more participants due to the humble and passionate spirit the association represents.
IBAC Masters 2014 is not just about sports, it's about communities getting together under one roof. From Saad Al-Auzi School, Salwa, I'm Ghanwa Jabouri reporting to you for the week in 30 minutes.
Under the auspices of the Minister of State for Youth Affairs, Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research launched its 37th summer training program for university and secondary school students, which aims at encouraging the youth to participate in scientific research and learn the latest international scientific and technological developments.
Since 1976, the program focuses on a different scientific field each year, and now the number of training programs has increased to 11, including chemistry, biology, engineering, genetics, microbiology, renewable energy, healthy food, and biodiversity, in addition to technical skills programs, carpentry, and computing for people with special needs. It was indeed insightful and a unique learning experience, and being there, let's watch and see what happened.
Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research, or KISR, continued its activities for the 37th Summer Training Program, with this year's slogan being Scientific Creativity, Leadership and Innovation Path.
I participate in KISR Summer Program in Genetics and Molecular Department. Today we are visiting Makki Jum'ah Hospital just to give a small gift to the patient here, and just to chat with them to see how the treatment's going with them, and just to elevate them from their mood. This is my first time just to join KISR program. I want some work experience in genetics field, especially I love genetics. So I choose to get involved in this program. So yeah, it was a very good program to get involved in. Especially there's an experiment, there's a trip, so there's many things that we can do. So.
My father told me first about the course, and he asked me if I want to join, and I searched about it, and I came to the presentation they did, and I liked the course and what they showed us and what they told us about it. Well, the theme is like to go forward and creativity from myself and to contribute to Kuwait and to myself. Kisser is helping me a lot in fulfilling my dreams and showing me the path to future. It is helping me a lot by not only showing me what I can be capable of doing, but also it's explaining to me what majors I can go in college and what I will learn.
A major part of this year's program is to promote responsibility in serving the community as part of an initiative entitled Abdullah's Bag that aims to bring out the humanitarian side of students and encourage them to participate in voluntary work and giving, and included visits to various medical centers and elderly care homes.
Today we have a visit from Kaysar, and it's a nice planned for 100 high school students from females and males, and they are going, and today they visit our patients and they provide the smile and small gifts. It's a nice community interaction that those people feel of what those patients usually feel, especially if they are a chronic patient in these hospitals. And sometimes a visit to a patient with a smile can reduce a lot of psychological tension on him and his family. So I thank them honestly of having this visit to us today and visit our patients and our center, and we are welcoming many people who are willing to visit our patients or give sometimes gifts in occasions. I think these kind of visits do community and psychological support for our patients, especially the cancer patients. So I really thank them.
A total of 170 secondary school students, 53 university students, including 10 from the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, and 14 students with special needs were meticulously selected to participate in this month-long summer program, where they explore science through hands-on learning and activities.
Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research organized its 37th annual summer training program, this year including high school graduates as well as university students and people with special needs. And this year was especially different as they took them to tours of the Sabah Al Ahmed Hospital area, where they visited the Kuwait Cancer Control Center, the National Bank of Kuwait Hospital, and the care housing for the elderly and the orphans. From the Kuwait Cancer Center, this is Sarah Glubb reporting for the Week in 30 Minutes.
Our next report comes from the active and colorful world of art and culture, especially from the National Council for Cultural Arts and Letters. As part of the 9th Summer Cultural Festival, the National Council for Cultural Arts and Letters screened a number of popular Lebanese films, including the comedy Taxi and the drama Every Day is Eid.
The 9th Summer Cultural Festival also included an array of cultural activities, including photography exhibitions, live dance and theatrical performances, art discussions, as well as other fun and engaging activities. And correspondent Ghanwa Jabouri was at Cinescape Leila and spoke to the audience to get their reaction on the films that were screened.
The 9th Summer Cultural Festival, organised by the National Council for Culture, Arts and Letters, has highly impressed and entertained individuals due to its resonating ability to provide a platform that enhances one's cultural knowledge, educational knowledge, and expose them to a mosaic of aspects in the arts and literature arena.
I think one of the best Arabic scenes are the Lebanese ones so far. You have the Egyptians, but I trust in the Lebanese movies, and I feel that either the directors or the producers are investing a lot of time and money on this particular things right now. They're investing more money in the Western movies, but nowadays I think the Arabic movies are they're well aware of the importance of this art and they're investing in it a lot. So I think you have lots of great movies showing right now you didn't see before. You have in the artistic way, you have the production, you have the direction, everything. And I know as a study in Lebanon now, it's more and more producers and directors just studying this field because they have faith in it, they have ideas, they have lots of potentials that could actually lead somewhere. And I feel that it's going somewhere soon, hopefully.
I think it's full of comedy. The main thing of Lebanese movies is it's comedy. That's what they really focus about.
As part of the festival, a number of Lebanese films were screened at Cinescape, bringing the audiences films that are not only popular but engaging and cultural.
It's very nice, and I was amazed by this movie. It was very surprising.
All right, the Lebanese movies they try to show you our traditions. How do we live, all right? But this movie was not as I thought. That's it. Our Lebanese movies, as I said, they show us our traditions, how we speak, how we communicate with each other.
The screening of the films further offered the audiences with the opportunity to exchange ideas, mingle and interact with others in a safe and fun environment.
Lebanese cinema has come a long way since its birth, as the audiences obviously seem more than impressed with what they have seen. From Cinescape, Layla, I'm Genwa Jaburi reporting to you for the week in 30 minutes.
From the Sahara Golf Club, this is Sarah Club.
From the Radisson Blue, I'm Genwa Jaburi.
From the Sahel Club, this is Salim Kandiri.
From the Scientific Center, this is Hiba Abdurrahman.
I'm Batria Saleh, reporting for the week in 30 minutes. In an effort to support the humanitarian mission of the Central Blood Bank, Kuwait Petroleum Corporation, KPC, organizes regular blood donation campaigns in the oil sector complex.
KPC always stresses that blood donation is a social and national duty to support the high demand for blood and the lack of supply at the country's only blood bank, and to help needy patients. The event was held in the main lobby of the compound of the oil sector in Ahmadi, and it was always a privilege being present at an event such as this that promotes and encourages a humanitarian role. More in the following report.
The Department of Health, Safety and the Environment, or HSE, at Kuwait Petroleum Corporation, KPC, launched a voluntary blood donation campaign in cooperation with the Central Blood Bank under the slogan, "The Blood Bank Calls and KPC Responds." The campaign, regularly organized by KPC, is aimed at contributing to the high and ever-growing demand for blood at Kuwait's only blood bank, which serves the whole country, and is part of the corporation's active role in the community and its social responsibility, which is an integral part of KPC's vision and mission.
We start our blood campaign as our social responsibility in the Health, Safety, Environment Department in Kuwait Petroleum Corporation. Just when we heard about the shortage in the blood banking, we immediately respond. And this is not the first time we are doing such campaign for blood donation. It's mainly a regular campaign. We usually do it. As you see here, all the employees from KBC as well as the Ministry of Oil, they are participating in this campaign, in the blood donation. And I hope we meet the requirement of the blood banking in Kuwait.
The campaign's swift reaction and immediate response to compensate for the lack of blood supply at the blood bank reflects the extent of the institution and its staff's interests in serving all segments of the society and reflecting the deep sense of responsibility and social participation. This initiative is a simple contribution made by oil sector employees, and it also promotes volunteer work and elevates the values of humanitarian and charitable efforts, something which all employees from various state sectors in the country take great interest in. From the oil sector compound in Ahmadi area, this is Sarah Gleb reporting for the Week in 30 Minutes.
The Historical Vintage and Classic Cars Museum was established to help preserve the early model vehicles used in Kuwait, be a center for automotive activities both locally and regionally, as well as serve as a tourist destination. Following the inauguration of the Serb racing circuit, the museum's 3 different sections are now complete.
The other 2 sections include the museum itself, which houses some of the oldest and most unique cars, including some belonging to His Highness the Emir Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah's private collection, and a children's educational corner. The museum was also established to provide information, guidance, and offer its expertise in car restoration.
The first museum in Kuwait specializing in old and historical cars offers a variety of services related to vintage and classic automobiles, including a library, education and cultural workshops, repairing and restoring old cars, and finding original spare parts.
We have 3 venues inside the museum, which is the exhibition room, which is the museum itself. It holds around 330 cars. And then we have the driving school, the kids' driving school. And now this one, which is a playground for all the motorsport enthusiasts and all the champions, or all the champions, of course, and future champions, hopefully. It's a track, an approved track by FIA, the Federation of International Automobiling. And it's a special venue because everybody was waiting, everybody who loves cars was waiting for something like this to happen.
The museum aims to show the world Kuwait's history and to connect the past with the present and the future. It was established to show Kuwait's automotive tradition and to preserve vintage vehicles in the region.
We are very, very proud that His Highness gave us this amazing gift. Of course, all of this and all of the museum activities are sponsored and funded by His Highness Sheikh Nasser Al Mohammed. And we really cannot thank him enough for all of his efforts and all of what he is doing for the youth. His safety is number 1 in motorsport and definitely in our circuit. Circuit have been designed by proper designers who know who assure and approved it as a safe circuit to be used by anyone actually.
Many cars in the permanent collection come from the Al Sabah family, including a presidential Lincoln and an Imperial, as well as the first car brought to Kuwait, cars that were offered as gifts from various world leaders and figures, and a 1965 silver Aston Martin similar to the ones in James Bond.
There's a real passion for motorsport. I mean, from the bikes to the cars, the classic cars, the drag, the drift, there's the karting, there's a lot of different communities that all get together. Even the bikers, it's a huge community. They all get together, and I think they need a place dedicated to motorsport. And I think that's the first place. It's right in the city center. It's great, and I think once again it was necessary, and it shows that there's a real passion for different types of motorsport. So as I said, I think this one is the first one, but there should be 1 or 2 more tracks because there's a real demand.
The museum is a center for car enthusiasts and owners and is the ideal place to acquire about the automotive world and organize leisure activities.
This small vision that was initiated by His Highness Sheikh Nasser Al Mohammed Al Sabah has developed into an impressive haven for the Kuwaiti motorsports community. From the Historical, Vintage and Classic Cars Museum, this is Sarah Gleb reporting.
This brings us to the close of tonight's episode of The Week in 30 Minutes. We hope to see you again same time next week. Our highly dedicated team of correspondents is constantly out on the field searching for reports that matter most to you. We look forward to receiving your feedback on the stories we covered today and are ready to cover issues that are of special interest to you.
So obviously you can email us your suggestions at the links that you will find below on the screen, and be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And of course, if you would like to see all our reports again, you can on our YouTube channel.
Thanks for joining us and have a good night.
هنا الكويت